once again, guys. It is Kache with Kache Camp. And, of course, this is another episode of Bow Plus. Bow Plus is the name I'll put up on the servers if I'm doing a map where I'm going to take somebody who wants to get some bow shooting in, going after elk and whitetail and such, and bring them on in and take them to some good hot spots. And I just happen to have this doe over here attempting to molest me, but that's all right. You know, you have to each their own, I guess. But she's right down there. I just met her a few minutes ago. Extracted her boyfriend from the universe, which she's probably over here looking for him. So far on this hunt, let's pull up the map here. We started out in our camp up here, all right. And as you can see, I laid out my route down to here, but following the route generally with some small variation based on the hunt, on what happened on the hunt along the way. We've come on down and circled the edge of the lake, spend a little time in the stand, and then settle down here, and we're headed this way where we will be crossing the water. Now, along the way, we have had some company. So far, our dinner guests have been Mr. Roosevelt Elk at 172, taken with the compound bow, and Mr. 165, also taken with the compound bow. We have, in addition, taken 3 white-tailed deer, one with the lever action 30-06, and the other with the other 2 with the compound bow. And I just got done taking the whitetail just right here in my last video, and that's why she's still wandering around, because I had put down some scent and done some calling, so she come in on that. But I'll tell you what, let's get her hunter made up. And as you can see, we are headed pretty much in the same direction she's going, which is why I've just kind of been hanging out so I can kind of ease off to one end here so I don't spook her. Sometimes I hunt by what's called push-pull, meaning that you move and make a moderate amount of noise, no different than it would be if you were making a drive on a hunt. I'm sure you guys who've hunted Wisconsin and Michigan understand the idea of making a drive. A drive, normally you stretch out a line of guys and you walk along, and every once in a while you give a holler, hup. And what that does is not only tell the people around you where you are, but it keeps the deer moving, and it eventually pushes them past hunters who are set up in ambush points. A lot of times when I'll take people out to hunt mule deer that have just started with the free-to-play part of it, just using the 243, what I'll do is we'll start out of the south, and we'll run so that we push those deer ahead of us, just like if we were making a drive, because the deer in this game have a tendency to, if they run, to run until they reach the next clearing, the next place that's good habitat for them, and stay there. And so what we do is we selectively push them to certain clearings because we know we've got ideal shots on those clearings. Having shot many times for those clearings, we now know where the good spots are, where we're high, the deer are low, where the wind is in our favor, those kind of things. So they're really little sweet spots. So sometimes we'll run and push those deer up into those sweet spots, and then we'll sneak in and take them from those sweet spots. In this case, I'm using, and that's why we call it push-pull, because we run to push the deer forward, and as soon as we hear a snort that indicates that a buck is giving the alarm, we freeze, and we use lure and calls to pull that buck then down to us. Because when he gives the alarm, he only knows he hears something moving. He doesn't know what he hears, because, of course, we're wearing scent eliminator, so he can't smell us. And if we're wearing the right clothes, he can't see us. But it looks like she's going to stay out of our way. But see, now he detected my movement because he's down by the shore. Okay, he hears me up here, but he does. Sorry about my mic with the. There you go. He hears me up here, but he does not know what I am. See, so I'm going to tell him I'm a cute girl. I'm an especially cute girl. And then I'm going to tell him that there's another buck up here that's about to move in on his territory and take his cute girl. So I'm right here, and I'm telling him, hey, dude, I'm up here on your end of the block. I'm stealing your girlfriend. They see me snorting, they hating. That's right. See, now, if I had my bleat call with me, I'd switch to the bleat call for a few. Now, this, of course, probably doesn't really have that kind of impact on the AI of the deer in the game, but in the real world, That's what would be going on with the deer and their behavior. Except we never carried bleat calls. We always did the bleats ourselves. Bah! Bah! Talk a little more trash at him, get him moving in this direction. I've put down the scent to, like I say, to draw him. I should be good for having my scent masked. If you pull it up, it'll always show you the information down in the right-hand corner. You can see I have the mask is good for another 16 minutes, which is actually, I don't know if that's 16 minutes real time or 16 minutes game time. I assume real time. Come on, bud. There he is. He's working his way up here. So I'm just going to creep forward here. This isn't going to give me any invisibility. It's just going to get me up where he's going to hear my call better. And I'm going to get a little bit better vantage point in terms of being able to see him. There we go. So these bushes here, they do absolutely nothing for me. I am as visible as if I was kneeling in an open field. But because I'm not producing scent and because of my camo, I'm able to make me more interesting. Oh, brother, look at you. All right, let's give him a hot shot. Come here, hot shot. Here, let's do it with the range, just in case, so we can figure out how far he is. You're a little more worth talking to there, pal. Yeah, why don't you come say hello? He's 70 to 100 pounds. I'm going to get right down on my belly. I'd like to take him with the bow, but if I have to, I'll take him with the firearm. I'm going to grunt while he's behind the tree because he cannot see through the tree. Just give him another hot shot. I don't mind if I'm using up the material. Come on up here, bud. I know you cannot smell me. When they shake their head like that and stick their nose up in the air, that means they smell the urine. And he's shaking his horns because he's trying to tell me I need to clear out and stop messing with his girlfriend. Yep. Come on, man. What's your range? You're out at 48 yards. All he needs to do... Here, what I did is I just marked him on my hunter mate. That's how far out he is. You can see he's right at the tip of my cone. The point is right at about 40 yards. See, I've got a doe on my left side who's going to panic, and I'm going to lose this unless I shoot. So I'm not going to use the bow. I'm going to take him with the firearm because this doe is going to run, and he's going to run. Right there, inside one shoulder, out the other shoulder when you're at an angle. I'm going to wait. There's too many trees. She is going to make him run. Damn it. All right. Pow. Now, was that a doe? Or was that another buck sneaking up on me from behind? All right. I might take the time to go back to that footage and grab a still so you can see where it was I put your crosshairs on him at that range. I think that was that doe that's been fiddling around behind us, but as I was saying, she was getting so close, if I didn't take him, I was going to lose him completely. And as I started out with, I believe in this episode, I said that the does can be just such a pain in the behind because they're so much more willing to approach a lure than a buck is. And, of course, they get in close before the buck is close enough to shoot comfortably. And, boom, they're gone. And I think we might actually have ourselves a little bit of company right on over there. And, I forgot to take my scope off. I'm in a contest with iron sights. And I should have taken the sights off. But there you go. There's that hot pink blood that tells you that it's a heart-lung shot. If it's red, it's in the body. If it's red but foamy like that, it's coming from the intestines. So foamy and pink, heart and lungs. Red and not foamy, from the body somewhere major. Kind of like this same kind of shape, this kind of foamy shape, but dark red, intestines. Just something for you guys to know. But he's nothing to sneeze about. Look at there. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He is a 14-pointer. And there's the rain. All right. See, these are the ones I usually take pictures of because it's like I feel like I accomplished something. But there you go. See, in front of one shoulder and out behind the other shoulder. So as he was approaching us, you see? So imagine his chest is facing us. You shoot in. He was angled, so shoot in front of one shoulder and behind the other. If he'd been angled away from us, we'd have shot behind one shoulder and in front of the other. If you understand what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe I'm not making any sense here, but I'm talking about the line of intersection. But let's see what we got here. There you go. That's not shabby at all. He's a 167. That's when you can sip on a beer and brag about. 14-pointer coming in at 160 pounds. That's not bad. All right, well let's get a picture so nobody yells at me because, like I say, I keep forgetting to take the pictures and then everybody gets mad. Would have been nice to take him with the bow, but I was so worried that doe was going to run him off before we got a clean shot. Because I hate taking a poor shot with the bow and then not only having to track him for 190 miles. Wow, yeah, he look at him stretched out. He is a long one. All right, we're just going to see if we can roll his head back some. Come on. I'm getting up trying to be super fancy about this. I just want people to be able to clearly see that rack. There we go. And I'm going to grab me. Come here. There we go. And I'm going to turn myself around. And now, we're going to swing around this way. There we go. Now we got the blood to show that I killed him on the spot. We got a good view of them horns. And let's see, I need my... There we go, get that feller out because that's what I used. And just zoom her in a little bit if I can. My golly, it's a shot. All right, guys. Well, we're pushing 12 minutes, which means, by golly, we've still got a little bit of time left before we're out of time. Normally I go about 20 minutes on these hunting segments. So let's reload this guy, see how we're doing for ammo. We're doing pretty good for ammo so far. How are we doing for bow ammo? Yeah, doing good. All right. I haven't even fired my pistol, so we're still... In fact, I haven't even loaded my pistol. I mean, it's just there, just in case. And let's go back to the tab. And now let's see what we got total. So, not too bad, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4 whitetail and 2 elk so far on this journey. And once again, I'll remind you on the map, I started here at 7 o'clock in the morning. Well, actually, I started there at 7:30 in the morning because I hung out to see if another hunter had come along. I got this map open to one hunter. Started there at 7:30 in the morning, and I've just worked my way down. And I've been playing for a good hour and 20 minutes, maybe even an hour and 40 minutes. So you can see I've been on the map a long time, and I'm only halfway through my route. When I do a hunt, I don't screw around. This ain't no let's go out and run around like a bunch of idiots for 25 minutes. And it's let's hunt. You might as well bring lunch, prepare to spend the day. Let's go. All right, speaking of let's go. Get back down to my crouch, start working my way this way, see if we hear another one. How's my smelly doing here? Oh, 9 minutes left. I'm going to spray myself now. That is scent reducer that I'm using. Scent reducer is available in the store, and you may purchase it either with the in-game money that you pay for with real money, or you can earn another kind of in-game money that you can get by completing missions. And that can be used to buy some of the consumable supplies like the scent eliminator and the buck scent. I'm probably going to go through a whole bottle of buck scent during the course of this hunt, the way it's been going. Usually I see, on this route it's mostly elk and a few whitetail. Now today it's been mostly whitetail and a few elk. The numbers are right, but the distribution is of the lad. Now the reason I'm not crossing on the bridge is I just don't want to risk, because usually on this opposite bank there will be a sizable buck. So we're going to pause right here and let's get out our binoculars and see if the world's going to make a liar out of me. Oh, it's a doe this time. Okay. Usually right in that shore, right in that area right there. Okay, I want you to see where I'm looking. Now I'm going to pop up the map so you can see the area I'm in. Okay, right down, coming down on that narrowest part. That's the place where the animals cross. Yes, we got us a lovely bridge to go cross the water. It's not about crossing the water. It's where do the deer cross? Well, this is the spot. Most times when I sneak this hunt, when I bring somebody with me and sneak this hunt, it's a buck we catch up with over there. But in this particular instance, we got a doe today, so we're just gonna work our way up. If she runs, it's okay. She'll just push whatever deer are there into the next clearing that we're headed to once we cross the water. So heart's absolutely nothing. But I figured we'd get to the next leg of the hunt. This is the map and the route I most commonly use when I'm doing my Bow Plus hunting. Bow Plus is when I take a person who's got a hunter score of 150 or under, who has a bow, who bring them with me and make this journey, this trek that I've captured over the course of these videos, moving at this pace. So like I say, expect if you can hunt a couple hours if you're in the mood to do so. And by having the patience and doing it, you're going to take a lot of animals. Because I'm doing all the shooting, of course, in this video because I'm the only one hunting. But normally when I take you guys out on these, unless I've got something I'm particularly after, I leave all the shooting to you. When we come and we hear a buck, we stop, we lay down that scent, and we start calling him in. You're the one who's going to put a stick in him, not me. I'm recording basically one full hunting event of each of the 3 different kinds of hunts I do in hosted hunts on the servers for the hunter, so that you guys can see what kind of experience it is that you can have by coming with me, how it is that I do things, and that way you can decide for yourself before either one of us has to hassle with anything, whether or not you're interested in coming hunting with me. Because you come hunting with me, we do it my way. Sorry, I'm hosting this. I'm spending money for materials, and I'm hosting the hunt, and it's just the way it is. I'm not trying to be a jackass about it. If I want a pain in the ass, I got 100 different ways I can do that without paying money for it, So along with this series, of course there'll be a series for the Kache's camp, which is me taking noobs out to hunt mule deer with the free-to-play level of things. This, of course, is Kache's Bow Plus, which is where I take intermediate level hunters who are actual paid members out to hunt. And then I also have Kache's Beard, which is where I go out hunting with much more experienced hunters so that they can do whatever they want to do, however they normally do it, and I don't have to worry about it because I know they do not have their heads in their behinds. Because that's one thing about it. If I go out on a map and you show me that you're not interested in cooperating with me, I'll just kill the map. It's not worth my time or energy or effort. So here we are. I have just picked up the track of a very nice buck, and I'm just going to follow it over here to the wood's edge. We've got about 2 minutes yet before we're at our usual 20 minutes. So I'm just going to come up here to this rise. I'm going to give him a snort or 2 on the way. And then I'm just going to pause right up here. Just take a good look. But, as I had said, usually there's a big buck down on this shore. And there's his tracks right here. We're on him. He took off. He must have taken off when I made the shot. That's what we're following right now. And when we hit 20 minutes, if we haven't found him, well, then I guess it'll have to be for the next one. But we managed to bring you 2 of them this time, and that's good. So like I say, the one before, I did about 20 minutes of moving and stalking, and it was just the time of day and stuff. We didn't see anything. Didn't get any shots. But I love this game. And there will be many more videos and many more hunts. And like I say, you keep your eye on the multiplayer servers. Kache's Camp. Noob hunts for mule deer, for people that are stuck hunting with a 243 and not able to hunt anything else but rabbits. Kache's Bow Plus, which is what we're doing right here. And Kache's Beard, which is, of course, me going out and hunting with much, much more experienced hunters, either hunters that have that large amount of experience in real-world hunting so they can apply it here in game easily, or have spent so much time and energy here in game that they hunt like they've got that real-world experience. But looking at these tracks, this third one is going to tell us just how close he is. When you pick up a track and you start tracking, it takes 3 tracks in a row to get the best degree of read on what's up. See, now we've got a circle around us and strong lines going that way. See? And that tells us he's a fair way off. But he's right on our route. And this is why I take this route. So right now I'm going to pause, and again I'm going to pull that up. And you can see I'm following my trail that I have laid out here. This particular route is a magnificent route for elk and whitetail. And as you can see, these everything we've encountered with their tracks, they're going right along this route. That's why I take this route. This isn't just me being some opinionated old man. This is I've hunted this many, many times and gotten consistent results in the same places, and somewhere between 20 minutes and a half an hour ago, somewhere in there is a realistic idea of how long ago the deer came through here. And so that means we've got some following to do before we encounter them. So I'm going to end this episode here. But I'd like to thank you for joining me again, Kache, for Kache's Camp. This has been Kache's Bow Plus, and we've taken 2 animals today. Let's look at our record. This is all these videos. These 20-minute videos have been over the course of one single multiplayer hunt. There is one hunting spot still open during the course of this day. I'm just looking for somebody with a hunter score of 130 or above like me, that's all. So I'm not getting anybody right now. But as you can see, 2 Roosevelt elk that were quite respectable. And 1, 2, 3, 4 whitetail. So not too shabby for a little walking around and snorting. All right. Just remember, if you're gonna be a bar, be a grizzly. I'm out. Peace.